What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. It is Thursday morning right now and have a couple of updates. Yesterday I had my second private session with one of the guys that I met at the gym. He wanted to learn some striking, so I'm going to his house and working with him and his wife actually on some striking. That's been pretty cool. Yesterday was our second session and I have two classes that I'm teaching today. So one of them is another guy from the gym who wanted to improve some of his fundamentals for jiu-jitsu, and he can't really make the fundamental classes at the gym. So he saw that I was an instructor, asked if I would work with him, and I said yes. So we're doing our first session today. After that, this actually only came about on Tuesday of this week, so like 2 days ago. I'm teaching a self-defense class. I had reached out to a bunch of local gyms, just like commercial gyms and private gyms, and asked if I could come in and do like a free class for their community. And then if it goes well, if we feel like it's a good fit, we could turn that into something recurring potentially. And one of them replied back to me, one of the private gyms, and he was like, yeah, you can come on in and do a class with me and my trainers. And then if all goes well, I'm open to bringing it to the members in the community. So we're gonna do like an hour class. It's gonna be very similar to the one that I did at D1 a couple of weeks ago. So I made some tweaks to take a little bit of the lecture and talking out and add a little bit more drilling in so I can get them moving more and more so they can feel the things working versus just talking and being conceptual with it, because there are other ways that we can talk about it and learn about that kind of stuff. I'm really excited about these opportunities. Everything's kind of starting to build momentum. Everything's starting to come together, and it's gonna be a good time. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go finish getting prepared for the morning. You should be seeing some highlights from all of this stuff.
Lead hook. Beautiful. Pull that hand back to your face as you turn. Jab, lead hook. Back to your face. Much better. Jab. Jab straight. Jab straight hook. Good. That straight will act as your turn for the hook. So you don't have to dip before you throw the hook. Jab straight hook. 1, 2. There you go. Jab straight hook. 1, 2. Yes. And that straight acts as your turn. We're just going to go left foot, right foot. Right back into our rhythm. Yep. Try to go right into the rhythm. Ready? Left foot, right foot. Good. Weight on the balls of your feet. And go. Left, right. Good. Now we're going to go back the other way. So we're going to move the other foot first. Ready? Go. Right, left, right into rhythm. Beautiful. Go. Right, left. Good. Go. Right, left. Good. We're going to go with the front hand first. So I'm going to turn towards that front leg. Just like when we throw the straight, the same mechanic, just without the punch. So freeze, don't move. Point that knee at the floor. Point your knee at the floor. There we go. Yep. Now, you're going to raise up this front hand like you're holding an ice cream cone. Your arm is going to move first. Remember, we move the hands before the feet. My hand is going to come across the center line, and I'm just going to allow my belly button and my feet to rotate as I throw. Your weight will shift slightly to this back leg, not too much. I don't want to be all the way over here. I want my weight to be pretty evenly distributed, like I'm getting ready to run, launch myself in that direction. So we're here. Bring it back. If I throw and I touch his chin and my arm is straight, I have no push to go through him. So ultimately, you want to be a little bit bent so that I can drive through. So you will be a little bit bent when you touch the gloves. We are doing any of these drills, anything in the spear system, we're always moving our hands before our feet. Remember, we talked about the flinch a few minutes ago. No one flinches like this and then bring their hands up. Our hands always move first to protect the command center, right? So we are mirroring physiology, hands are moving, and then our feet will follow. And I'll show you how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna take this left hand. I want you to bring it up to your chin, and then we're gonna reach it out, outside 90, displaying our fingers, and look through your fingers. Just pick a point on the window or something in front of you and look through your fingers at that point. Other hand is gonna come up in front of our chin. Fingers are splayed. You can think about putting like the webbing of your hand here right in front of the chin. Now all we're gonna do, we're gonna bend our knees and tilt our axis forward just slightly, engage your core. Now, this right foot is gonna step back and we're gonna bend our knees into that runner's type of stance. I want 10 toes pointing forward towards the target, and I want your back knee pointing towards the floor. And go, hands and feet. Good, axis forward slightly, pull your ribs down a little bit. Yes, and reset. One more time, go. Hands and feet. Good, and reset. Bad guy, ask your partner if they're ready.
Ready.
Yes. Hug it in. Hug, 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 and bring. Now rotate outside 90. There you go, sternum, pec, clavicle, splay the fingers. Ask your partner if they're ready.
Ready.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, no, you win.
There you go. Feel the difference?
Yeah.
One thing that I do that I want to show you guys. I want you to do the bear hug onto me. So if he's bear hugging me, go ahead and apply it. I'm hitting my spear stance, go for the headlock. You are like, you're going like this, and it looks like your feet are cemented to the floor. Yeah. No, you can move your feet. So all we're doing, go for the headlock. If he's pulling you, just move your feet. That's it.
To stay standing, to stay in control.
Exactly. Because even if, and watch this, go for the headlock again and lock your hands up.
A lot.
Yeah. Even if he has his hands locked, he has the headlock. Who looks like they're in a better position? Me, right? His spinal alignment is all fucked up. I'm in my spear stance, my point of domination. I can throw shots, boom, boom. I can throw here, right? Got a little knee to the nuts, all that kind of stuff, right? So you have a bunch of tools there, and they're in a very shitty position. So that's all we're looking for is holding that spear stance, and we are giving them all of the incentive to give up because they're not going to get anywhere.
All right, so I did miss my normal training session this morning because I jumped on the opportunity to run that self-defense class that you guys just saw. So I wanted to make sure that I got some movement in and that I was still working out for the day. So I hit the gym. I don't have a super consistent routine in the gym right now, so most of my workouts are full body at the moment, just so that I'm moving my body, I'm gaining some strength, and I'm keeping my body healthy. So nothing super specific, just hitting some compound lifts and generally taking care of the full body. In terms of the classes, I didn't get any clips from the jiu-jitsu class that I ran this morning, but what we're working on is he has some experience with jiu-jitsu, but he doesn't have a ton of go-to techniques and movements and sequences. So what we're working on is really nailing down the fundamentals, giving him some basic sequences, some basic understanding of movement and of the game in general, so that when he does go to the classes at the gym, he can start to build on his arsenal instead of feeling like he's starting from behind and being super confused all the time. With Julian and his wife Natalie actually joined us for this striking session. She'll be popping in more often than not. We're focusing on essentially the same thing, just in the striking game, is building a good base, building some fundamentals. Julian doesn't have much of a base striking. He's more of a jiu-jitsu guy, but he wants to round out his skill set a little bit. So we're focusing on understanding the techniques and mechanics, and then how they can apply and maintaining that technique in a dynamic environment, pad work, bag work, that type of stuff. And then we're also going to be moving into some semi-live drills so that he can start to understand taking those techniques and applying strategy, as well as understanding what's going to happen when punches are coming at him, when he has to actually hit someone, and how all of that works together. So really excited about that. As for the self-defense class, it went really, really well. Each class that I'm running is better than the last, and I'm feeling better with the material. So that's a really cool feeling for me, and I'm able to help my students even more. I got to work with the owner of the private gym as well as 2 of his staff members, and the setup was similar to the D1 class that I ran a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to include more drills, more physical drills for them to work on instead of just a lot of lecture and concepts. But what I did is I infused some of the important concepts into the drill demonstrations, as well as used those to answer their questions. And they actually did challenge me with a couple of good questions and a couple of scenarios that came up that I hadn't necessarily seen before or hadn't had the opportunity to work with before. But because I've spent a lot more time and I understand the system so much better, I was actually able to think pretty quickly and apply the concepts from the system to the questions that they were asking. So we do actually have another class set up for their community in a couple of weeks, and I'm really excited for what that partnership is going to look like moving forward in the long term with them and potentially some other businesses, gyms, and just the community in general. So I'm finishing up editing this video, and I wanted to make this quick clip just to finish out the video and talk a little bit about how grateful I am to have all the opportunities that I've had recently. Over the summer, it was a lot of just constantly getting beaten down and not hearing back from anyone, and a lot of work that I felt wasn't really paying off, and a lot of questioning myself. Was I doing the right thing? Was I doing enough? And all of that stuff. And the last couple of weeks has been really cool because I've seen that work start to pay off and these opportunities start to arise. And I have a couple more that are coming up in the future that I haven't even talked about yet that you guys will see pretty soon. But it's really cool that all of that work is starting to pay off and I'm able to capitalize on them. So I know that when I get these opportunities, I just need that one shot, get my foot in the door, and it's going to be great. I've seen that in all these opportunities that I've gotten and pursued so far. So I'm going to keep that up. I'm going to keep over-delivering, outperforming expectations, and doing everything that I know how to do. So Thank you guys. I appreciate you for following the journey, for watching the video. Make sure that you guys give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.